So the initial shot is blocked, and then watch this. This is hilarious. Tyler Adams fakes the shot. Soyuncu's covering his nuts. The other guy just falls over, and this is great from Adams. So the U.S. men's national team have just lost 2-1 to Turkey. And look, I think a lot of people are going to look at this result and be quite negative about Pochettino, the selection, the team, the way they played. But if you actually watched the match, there were a lot of positives to take away. I thought this team, which has barely played together, showed some quality and, yes, a little bit of naivety. Basically, there's a lot more to talk about than just the scoreline. So let's take a look at what they did well, what they did not, and hopefully what we can expect from this team this summer. So welcome to Campfire Football. I'm Sebastian North. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy match breakdowns like this one, and please let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your opinions on this match, Pochettino, the squad, selection, whatever. In the meantime, let's break down the match. All right, so this could not have been a better start. The U.S. taking the lead in the first minute. Freeman's on the side, plays it back to Freese. And what you can see is that Miles Robinson and Chris Richards would really split themselves pretty wide, hoping that De La Torre and Johnny Cardoso, the two holding midfielders, would be able to find space. And in the opening 15 minutes, the U.S. was able to find splits that just broke Turkey's press quite a few times. Here the ball goes into McGlynn. He does the right thing of, instead of dropping it back, just flicking it around the corner into Tillman, who's open. He looks forward, and that allows the U.S. to just start running in attack. And so the ball gets to Glenn, and I mean, you got to admit, this is pretty exceptional from him. Gets it on his left foot, curls one into the far corner, and right on the minute mark, they're up 1-0. Couldn't be a better start. And honestly, for the next 10 minutes, it was great. The U.S.'s possession was really good. They were ambitious. They were brave. When they receive the ball, like Johnny here, they go forward. That is really important, because when you do that, you might be able to see one run, one player open, and be able to exploit it. And Jack McGlynn wide open on the far side. Not only that, he's onside, so he can just fly through. Turkey were completely disheveled there. McGlynn comes in. He probably should look at Max Arsene right here, but he's just scored a banger, so he's going to try again. 9 minutes in, he's feeling confident. This one goes over the bar. Here's another nice stretch of possession. Miles Robinson plays it back to Freese. He goes to Richards, who goes out to Freeman, and Freeman right here. Well done to get the ball off his foot quickly. This little one-touch bounce pass back gives McGlynn the time to look forward. Tillman wide open. He's got two options. He could turn and actually go forward, but he sees that De La Torre has a load of space in front of him that he can join the attack. And that's actually a really good thing to do, because now he can spread the ball to Arston, and Diego Luna is making a run into the box. So here's another one. Freese gets the ball, plays it out wide, and what you can see is Freeman has sort of inverted into midfield from right back. That gives Jack McGlynn the space to drop. And look, they create a nice little 2v1. Freeman gets the ball, drops it, and now they've really just got Turkey running. So ball comes into Cardoso, and here's the key. You've got them in one area. Can you switch it? Look at Pochettino and Arston. Both with their hands up, both asking for it. Cardoso gets it off his foot, does well to switch it. Arston plays this ball into Tillman and keeps running, and Tillman drops it. Now he's going to get out of the way. You can see De La Torre there is checked. He's got space, so he's going to ask for it. The split's there into De La Torre. Now he can look forward and connect to Arston, who has continued his run. This is really, really good play, and this was happening pretty consistently. Robinson with the ball coming forward. Once again, he's got De La Torre checking in, and this is really important to have. I think De La Torre had a very good game. When you are under pressure, you do not always need to go backwards or get rid of the ball. If you're clever and sharp, you can turn away from players, get yourself looking forward, and that just changes the whole picture. Comes into Arston. He once again cuts in, gets it off his foot quickly. Luna gets it, switches the play out to McGlynn. So that first 17 and a half minutes, the U.S. were very much on top, had most of the ball, looked really slick, and then Turkey would create their first opportunity. So Soyuncu's stepping forward a little bit right here, and you can see that Freeman has gotten a little bit sucked in with his winger. Now, this shouldn't be too much of an issue. There should be cover, but Chris Richards also stepped up. You cannot have both players getting that high together and leaving that kind of a gap in behind. This is a miscommunication, something that probably wouldn't happen if you've got guys who play together a lot. This is Freeman's debut. Either way, at least Turkey playing a ball into Arda Güler here, and he does that, skies it over. They're very fortunate to have not conceded there, but then they would concede a goal, and this is really just a shame because Freeman does a good job winning the ball and playing it to Cardoso, and look, the Turkish players are just running away. They don't want to bother right now. They want to regain their shape and figure it out, but for some reason, Richards doesn't take this opportunity to just get this to Arston quickly. There's a big split. You can get him the ball and he can turn and look forward. Instead, we go back to the goalie, and now Turkey can start to set their pressing lines up. They can start to block balls. So the ball goes goes into Cardoso. What I think he should just do is drop this right back to his goalkeeper, who can then smash it out. Or he drops it to Freese, it goes out to Robinson, they go out the other side. But he tries an outside of the football. I don't know where this was going. I don't think it was really going to Arston. Either way, Guler gets in front. It hits his knee, goes in off the post, and it's 1-1. I mean, what an awful mistake for Johnny Cardoso. I really feel for him. So this is really too bad, because after this, Johnny Cardoso's performance went down. I don't think he handled that moment very well as the game went on. He basically started to hide a little bit more. You saw him get less of the ball. When he got it, he tried to play safe, and sometimes he would just continue to make mistakes. So just really rattled the guy. And then just 2 minutes later, the U.S. would concede another goal. This is a big mistake from Miles Robinson. The ball gets played in. Diego Luna's not winning that header against Zeki Celik any day. But the ball gets brought down here by Arda Güler. That's a great touch. Now it bounces. I don't know why Miles Robinson's diving in here. Dude, the guy plays for Real Madrid. He's like Turkey's best player. I know he's young, but he's going to get away from you if you do that. It's a bad dive, and from this moment, the U.S. is just playing catch-ups. The ball goes wide. Freeman does a very good job of winning that first tackle, but because there's an overlapping runner, he gets it. The goal should be scored right there, so it's a swing and a miss. Goes to the backside. That one's probably a shot, gets crossed, and here. That's really poor from Miles Robinson, who basically just miskicks the ball, and then it's smashed in. Miles Robinson guilty twice on this goal, and the U.S. go from in the lead to behind in just 2 minutes. And unfortunately, there was a period of time here where they started to turn the ball over a lot more. Here, Ajimang plays the ball into Cardoso, and because his confidence is lower, he's not really wanting this ball, and when he gets it, he's not trying to be progressive because he's got loads of space to dribble into here. But he takes a touch, he's slow, it gets tackled off him, and Turkey can mount an attack. This probably should have been a goal. So then we just started to see more turnovers. There are a couple reasons for this. Number one, I think the U.S. got a little bit shot on confidence and didn't react super well. The other is that Turkey started to read how exactly to press and when to really go in on guys who had the ball. So right there, you see that they allowed the ball to go out wide to Max Arston and into Diego Luna, but now they immediately collapse on it. Arda Güler gets a little touch there, and Turkey can come away with it. Here's another one. The ball goes out to Arston. He looks back, plays it into Johnny Cardoso, and look at this for a ball. I mean, first of all, he should just be taking this to the outside of his right foot or inside, it doesn't matter, and looking forward. But he plays safe, mishits that ball. Miles Robinson doesn't control it. So now the U.S. is running back and Turkey can step forward. Della Torre drops it to Robinson. Nice little one-touch ball forward into Luna. I think the control there is good, but now he needs to really release it off his foot. Just play that ball with the outside of your foot because you have pressure. Don't try to dribble because these guys are aggressive and they will make those tackles and win the ball off you. Here's another one. Luna receiving the ball from Robinson. This time he's not pressured as much, so he does turn, and he actually sees Ajiman making a run behind, tries to get it to him there. It is blocked, and so there was a period of time there where the U.S. were struggling in possession. All right, so we get to halftime, and a couple substitutions happen. Mark McKenzie would come on for Miles Robinson and Tyler Adams for Johnny Cardoso. Now, I don't know if these were pre-planned subs, but I thought those were the two players who struggled the most in the first half. Okay, the other thing we have to mention is this is Turkey's kickoff for the second half. I have never seen this before, at least not so deliberate. This is hilarious. Arda Güler just smashes the ball out of play. There's absolutely no attempt to connect a pass right there. And obviously the reason is they want to step up and press high right off the bat. I mean, always fun to see something new. But in the second half, I think the U.S. started and played very well. I think they were even better in a lot of ways. And part of the reason is Tyler Adams. I mean, he does offer a better rhythm here. Taking that touch out of his feet instead of underneath him so that he can play the second one right into Della Torre. This is clever from him. Receives away from one defender, sees the other one coming, drives past two, and gets himself in. Now, Ajiman gets the ball tackled off him, and you have a corner kick here. Diego Luna just trying to be a little bit deceptive, making it look like he's going to play a ball into the box. Doesn't really look at Della Torre, but he sees him running, and that's a really nice little run from Della Torre. In a great position. The finish, poor, similar to Arda Güler's in the first half, but I like that kind of invention from the players, and there was a lot to enjoy. Positional rotations were really important for the U.S. Take a look at Della Torre. He's not really open, but he realizes that once this ball goes to McGlynn, he can start running. McGlynn plays it into Ajiman. Ajiman plays Della Torre. Very good first-time cross. And Arston right here, I mean, I think it's good that he goes for goal. He doesn't miss by much, but he could have also headed this down for Diego Luna to tap in. I mean, that was an option. We'll see another one very similar to that in a minute. But it was great to to see the U.S. actually pressing and getting a lot higher and trying to force Turkey into making mistakes. And right here, they would. Look at Tyler Adams jumping forward to help because he knows where that ball's going. Diego Luna coming from the far side. Great tackle. And I think Ajimang here. Hammer this ball. Like, smash it. Don't try a little weak curler that just goes right into the goalkeeper's hands. So good chance. Created from a press. Luna involved there. Now Luna involved in the attack. Receiving the ball on one side, getting it off your foot, and running across midfield to participate on the other and see if you can create an overload. So as McGlynn gets the ball here, you can see Luna pointing, play the ball forward to Tillman. But because Luna is inside, McGlynn is running with him, Soyuncu does not want to leave his center back spot to follow a guy who's getting wide. And so McGlynn plays it to him, and now Tillman has the space. Crosses to the back post. Arston here. Chests the ball. I know he's going for glory with the right-footed volley. It's a tough one to do, but look at Della Torre. I mean, just lay this off for him. He can go ahead and shoot. Now, there were stretches where the U.S. possession got slow, where it got a little stale, and they were inviting Turkey forward. And here you can see there are very few options available. So you've got to start going back. And once teams get you into this kind of position, it really is one mistake from conceding the goal. And actually, it's impressive that they get out of this a little bit lucky. Ball gets played up the sideline. Diego Luna chips it up. Arston heads it down looking for Della Torre. Now we have a scrap. Della Torre gets away with it, plays it up the line again, and Arston's able to just flick it around the corner into Luna. And now the press is broken. So definitely some fortune there. McGlynn's coming forward, and take a look at this. As he chops it back, he should be playing it to either Tillman or Ajimang. They're completely wide open. So the initial shot is blocked, and then watch this. This is hilarious. Tyler Adams fakes the shot. Soyuncu's covering his nuts. The other guy just falls over, and this is great from Adams. Very delicate chip right into the middle. Good leap from Tillman, but come on, man. I mean, head it anywhere but right in the middle at the goalkeeper, and it would have been 2-2. Now, look, under the context, I think this was a very solid performance, and I think Pochettino's plan was pretty good. He kept a normal structure that the players understand, and I think overall they did pretty well. There's just a 2-minute stretch there where they conceded twice. Other than that, they were absolutely good enough for a draw, maybe even the win. But hey, they looked a little bit naive, and what do you expect from a team who's got a few guys getting their debuts? So look, if you were upset about the loss, maybe this video will help a little bit to calm you down. I think this team is decent, and it'll be really interesting to see how they do in the next friendly and then in the Gold Cup. So thanks for stopping by. I'm Sebastian North. This is Campfire Football. Like, subscribe, leave your comments below, and I'll see you soon.